Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey team, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. Back today with Harry Hackett's SEG Baltimore Top 8 Maverick list featuring Punishing Fire and Urza Saga. This is a list that Harry and Mark have been playing around with for a pretty long time now. It's a list that I haven't had the chance to play yet, and I couldn't ask for a better way to do it. The only difference in this list compared to Harry's is the one of Morlock, which obviously isn't on MTGO yet. So I've just added a Ignobled Hierarch as another way to accelerate things out like Ren or Minsk. And of course, make sure if we have a Saga in play, we also have ways to activate that Saga whenever we want to. We only have 3 targets for the Saga, but all are very powerful. We have Soul Guide Lantern as graveyard hate, and also a way to draw a card if we really need to draw into an out. We have Haywire Might, a really nice way to deal with artifacts or enchantments, especially Kaldra as it exiles, and Shadow Spear, a really nice way to turn the tides. It can also allow us to do some pretty cool things with removing hexproof or indestructibility from opposing threats, but until it comes up, we'll keep hush on that. Other than that, a pretty normal-ish list. The only thing you'll see is that this is, of course, running 26 lands because of those sagas. We do have Punishing Fire, we do have Swords to Plowshares, and we do have Ren, which I had tried out a little bit, but I hadn't tried out enough, and I'm really happy to bring it back and to see it in this list because I think it's really powerful, especially in this sort of list where you have a lot of targets for the neg 2. Obviously, the +1 is great. For any sort of mana considerations, the ability of lands you control add 1 mana of any color is great for things like Wasteland or Saga. So yeah, pretty happy to see this. And then one other thing that I really like from Harry's list is just, you can see that the sideboard is very clean, you know, other than one sweeper in Fiery Justice, which for those of you who are unaware, is a sorcery. Fiery Justice deals 5 damage divided as you may choose any number of targets, and then target opponent gains 5 life. So really nice sweeper against X1 or 2 decks. You could potentially hit a 3/3 DRC and a 3/2 Delver, which is pretty cool. And then because your opponent gains life, it is another way to get back Punishing Fire. So that's definitely be noteworthy. We have 3 cards for Artifact Enchantment, obviously 3 for Graveyard, and then the Blast, the Deafening Silence, great against Combo, Blast and Carpets, great against Delver. So a lot of things to play around with, which is really nice. So let's see how this goes. A big congratulations to Harry for making top 8. That's a pretty huge achievement, especially with Maverick in 2023, and also Mark Strassman, who I believe came in 12th. I'm going to say 12th or 13th. I believe it was 12th, which is pretty cool. You know, having 2 Maverick decks in the top 16, really, really nice to see. So a huge congratulations to them. All right, play points, nice. Let's get this ball rolling. Hope you're all doing well. It's been a pretty cold Monday here in Australia. The cold front is definitely coming across. So it's kind of nice to be inside in a jumper and playing some Magic. All right, on the play, which is always nice. Not too sure what our opponent is on, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, our definition of cold. Okay. This hand is a little bit tough. We do have a turn 2 Ren. If that doesn't work, we have the Saga as well. So in with this hand, although we don't have white mana, we do have Grove, Green Sun Zenith, Saga, Ren, and then Ren does give us our white source, so I don't mind keeping this. I could see why you would mulligan it due to the mana, but I think it's pretty good on the play. Especially if we can get this Saga online as early as turn 3, that's pretty cool. Hey Jira, nice to see you in chat. All right. Very cool. So next turn we'll play Saga into Ren, and then the following turn have swords into potentially make a token, which is pretty cool. Okay. Not too unhappy with that. Here I'm pretty happy just to go Saga, get that online into Ren. And then I will just give the Dried Arbor. Maybe I'll give the Saga protection. No, because if they have like a port or something, it doesn't actually matter because they can just do it in upkeep. So I think we just make sure that the Dried Arbor sticks around. Could have also milled if I really wanted to try to get a card to hand, but pretty happy with how this is looking. Okay. Spirit is going to be fine. So I'm going to save this sword in case they have a Mother of Runes. So here we just want to probably play the Savannah. We can attack with the Dried Arbor here. And then hold up Saga and Sword. Ah, interesting. They're going to go to trade. In that case, I will use the mana now. I guess if they want to trade there, they don't have a Mum. So I think you just take the mana, play Mum, get it online. This is a non-token threat, so this is fine. Takes the Ren, but that's all good. Question is, do I want to go after this Skyclave? What do I care about it too? Probably just Stoneforge. So I think what I want to do is actually just go and get a Haywire Might and take out the Vial to take that offline. And then if they have a Stoneforge, we have the swords for it. So I'm actually happy just to untap here. Caracas is a pretty great draw. So now we have a few things. So we could just use 2 mana and make a construct, which makes this a 2/2, and then we get something else, which makes it a 3/3. Play the Caracas, and then we have white mana for holding up Sword. But we wouldn't have a green mana to actually hold up the Haywire Might. So I think in this case, I'm actually just going to... No, yeah, it's tough. It's tough because we actually don't have much to do with our mana. That I'm kind of feeling like I need to almost make a Saga token just to keep that sort of ball rolling. And this is actually fine because now this actually gives me more information about what we want to get. So they get Cauldra. That's fine. I think I'll still get the Haywire Might. Play the Caracas. Attack for 3. And swords the Stoneforge. doing that now, of course, so they don't get the Cauldron in play and they can't untap the Vial and have something like Flicker Wisp. They keep the Vial at 2 though, so that makes me think that they do have a answer to Haywire Might. Okay. Do they get in? No. A removal spell or a threat would be obviously quite good here. Okay. That's interesting. But I think here the better play is just going for Shadow Spear and beating in. Holding up the Karakas in case they have a Thalia. They only have 3 cards left. We know one is Cauldron, so they have 2 cards left, and they kept the Vial on 2. Which definitely makes me think they have another Stoneforge for the Cauldron. Hey, Meow. Hope you're well. Trying to think if the, I guess indestructibility is decent. We obviously want to kill this one because of a 3/3. Hey Sahar, welcome. Bob Mans, welcome to the show. Okay. I think if anything so far in this league, in this match, sorry, I could have used the Ren tick down potentially just to replace it in this sort of matchup. Getting a 2-for-1 there would have been really nice. Again, they keep the Vial at 2. Mum's going to be a bit of an issue, but we do have Trample going for us, which is nice. But they kept it at 2 last turn and didn't have a creature to put in. So they now have 1 creature and... one creature in Cauldron. Pretty happy to bash here with both. And then probably just play a land and hold up Endurance with double green. Jano. That is going to kill that. Okay. So they just have Cauldron left. That's pretty good for us. So what I will do here is to try to get an attack with the Skyclave and make them use the Mum in their turn is play the Wasteland and then actually just equip this and pass. See if we can bait out an attack. They do currently have 5 lands, so 2 more lands and the Cauldron's active, which is a little bit scary. Hey Impartial, thanks for the follow. Hope you're well. Oh, they do attack. Nice. I am going to target myself as well. I kind of want the other Saga and the swords. So if they use the Mum here, it gives us a turn to draw into removal, which is really nice. And the protection just means the Skyclave doesn't die. Doesn't really mean anything for the Endurance, which is great for us. Big draw. Okay, that's still pretty good. Honestly, happy to attack with both again. And then just play out my hand of Library and Noble Hierarch. It's a 2-turn clock as well. I am happy to take them off the 2-turn clock by playing this Noble Hierarch out, just to give us more access, more mana the following turn. Okay. So now I assume we see Jitte come into action. Batterskull. Interesting. Huh. With a lay off the top, they could have put in Kaldra, played Jitte, equipped Jitte, and swung in, which is brutal. But they've opted for Batterskull. Okay. I'm going to put a set a stop on my draw step, just in case I want to wasteland the Caracas before our main phase. Okay. Okay. I'll pay for this, and then I'll put this on top. Because I do want to shuffle away that fetch land. There's no great attacks here. Attack for 5, they take 1 if they don't double block. I think we are just passing back here. I do want to play a land though. Get that shuffle. And then just hold up an endurance. Interesting. Hey, Northern Angels, welcome. We are also running only one basic, which Mark and Harry are a big fan of, so I'm keen to try it. I won't use this. The issue is the following turn, if they get Kaldra on Batterskull, that's a hard one to come back from. I guess we just take this. I could fetch Dried Arbor here, but I think it's best just to get another red source for the Grove. Probably just the Plateaus. It's another white source as well without the Noble Hierarch. Okay, that's great. That deals with the Kaldra. Okay. Can we pay 8? Let's have a quick think. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. It costs 1. It costs 4 to deal with the Kaldra. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 3 mana left over for Green Suns for 2. which doesn't do a whole lot. Just have a quick think. It can kill Caldra because the Shadow Spear for 1 takes away the indestructibility. I think we just... I think this is the way. 1, 2... Oh, sorry, we're still in the drill step. I'm gonna take that drill step off. There's also a world where I just allow them next turn to attack in. I don't have to use a Liberator straight away, and there is a huge benefit to allowing me to untap with it. I guess if they draw Flick Wisp, that's why I should just use the Outland Liberator right now. Because that would be pretty brutal. Opponent just having a think. No, don't be sorry at all. I probably didn't explain that I was going to use the Shadow Spear as part of the mana for Outland Liberator, which was the 4. So 2 to cast, 1 to activate, 1 to activate. So we probably just tap down on... We're not blocking with Noble, so... Noble, hold up Wasteland in case they play Port, hold up Krakus in case they play Thalia. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I really wanted to Green Suns, I could, just to get another go for it. Yeah, sadly we can't Green Suns for Spear. I guess, yeah, 4 and then 3. If I paid another 4 life, going down to 6, but then we're very close to just equip, give protection over 2 turns, I guess, because we could block with a blue. Is this blue? I think so. All right, 1, 2. Let's start with this. And then activate Shadow Spear. Deal with Caldra. Yeah, there's no point attacking here, like, yeah, I think I'm happy just to pass back. Like, I could try to attack, but if they double block, then it's pretty tough as well. Always going for the Twitter moments. Always nice to get little screenshots of cool things that happen. Hey Kips, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. I would actually love them just to play a land. Or sorcery speed out, you know, another mum or something. Here we go. Oh, flagstones, okay. So they get a shuffle. That is fine. I would actually hold that. Like, I think just having, you know, Violin 3 and an unknown card is so much scarier than just getting a basic land out of your deck. Like, a very small thing, but, you know, it could be a Swords to Plowshares, it could be a 3-drop, it could be something else, it could be another Ajano, it could be a Karax that they're holding. If they don't give Mum protection first, I'm just going to chump block with an Endurance. because it means they can't just give protection the following turn to one color. I could also make them have to use the mum by double blocking. I don't mind that. They can only kill one endurance anyway. So there's actually no point here. That's probably a good lesson to just block with one. Because they're going to kill one anyway. So I might as well double block to cause them to use the mum. Yeah. So now we actually get a turn where the mum is offline, which is pretty fantastic because once that's offline, you know, it changes things. It also means we could potentially attack with this illusionary illusion for 5 to gain some life. So we know Teeg is on top, get 2 free looks, and there we go. Put on top. Put on top. And then let's... Oh, did I just skip my... Apologies. No. This is all good. We lose this. I actually just accidentally missed my main phase for a second. Yeah, so there's not much we can do here. That was just a bit of a woof. If we kept the ignoble hierarch, that's actually quite funny. Okay. Look, just because MTGO is acting a little bit weird at the moment, I'm gonna go to my second main. Okay, cool. And just go and get a knight. Little things as well. I could have held up the Wasteland to Wasteland myself to make it a 7/7, so if they attack with the Skyclave, I could then block efficiently. Which, again, at this stage, you know, Caracas isn't doing too much at holding off something like a... Ooh, is this going to be a Recruiter? Yeah. I think they should get Recruiter and then something else, because they have 7 mana. So they could even Recruiter again. Okay, they're just going to Recruiter for Solitude. It's not too bad. We do gain a life. Okay. But yeah, the attack was definitely incorrect. We're back at 20 life as well, which is pretty funny. All right. Oof. That's a good one. And that's a good one. Put on top, pay for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Minsk. We'll definitely make this a 4/4. I could also draw a card if I wanted to get rid of the Recruiter. But I think here I'm happy to make this a 4/4 and just pass back. Holding up the sword for Skyclave. Obviously, I do give my opponent the out of drawing into exactly Flicker Wisp, but I'm not too unhappy with that. Yori under hand. That's fine. Okay. Mum's a little bit annoying, but not too bad because we do have Boo to throw at it. How do they attack? If it's just the Skyclave, we just swords it straight away. Or do we? It's attacking me. Honestly, I think... Tough one for sure. I think we take it, because I think we need to sword the mum. Very much the same list as Baltimore, other than Morlock. Honestly, I think we just take this. Swords the mum. The tough part is with Yorion, every single card here is just so good at getting it back. But I mean, at least next turn we get to draw an additional 4 cards. Like Punishing Fire here would be pretty nice. Another sword. Okay. So if I attack with Exalted, they can block with just the Skyclave, and then next turn bounce Batterscale, Stoneforge, Recruiter, and Solitude. So I think I just want to throw the boo at them. Hey Takashi, welcome. So let's start with that. I could equip the Shadow Spear to draw an additional card, but I think 2 mana is better for me. Sack this. Probably going after the Solitude here. We just have a lot more outs to hitting the Recruiter. That's actually an interesting one. Actually, swords and... yeah, I think it actually is a Recruiter here. It's a better investment for them on the field. Okay. We do want to at least equip the Shadow Spear to the Endurance. But probably concede the following turn just to keep some time for the next 2 games. That's true. Like, it's a little bit like a Goblin. What's the 4-mana Goblin that comes in, you reveal the top 4? Wait, they returned it and then replayed it. I'm not too sure why. Why not just attack with it and then the following turn go after it? Trigger on the stack here. I think we actually just take out the Skyclave, because the Solitude is going to Solitude stuff, but at least the Skyclave takes out the Minsk. They didn't attack first either. They could have tried to attack the Minsk and then Uriond. I probably don't even want to Karakas as Urion, which is pretty tough, but not much you can do. Ringleader, there we go. So Ringleader, when it, shows, say, vials and lands, it's kind of nice that you're not drawing into those vials or lands. So although we do draw 4 lands off that Minsk, it is 4 lands we're not drawing. Wow, they reset the vial as well. I thought that potentially with the Karakas in play, they might have kept the vial near 5, so that if we do Karakas the Urion, they just get an instant speed Urion. Yes. Alright, what do we see? Herds, okay. Okay. Put on top, we will pay for this. Because now we get to go 1, 2. We do want to tick this up. And then I probably want to attack with it and see how they block. Yeah. No blocks. All right. Land. And then probably just a pass back here. Holding up Punishing Fire, return Punishing Fire. 2, return 2. I guess I could have equipped Shadow Spear, but we'll be fine. So we know they have Jide as well. And they, interesting, they don't use Stoneforge as an attacking creature. Okay. Timeless Dragon Cycle, sure. Two mana, Thalia. In response... We're at 4. Actually, that doesn't matter. 3 and 3 return. That's going to be fine. Right. Happy to block here. Before damage, return this to your hand. Punishing Fire this. And then I'm just going to do it right now. Return. Punishing Fire this. 6. Oh, they actually gain life as well? Tough. Maybe another red source would have been cool there. I think this will go down to time, but we get a massive boo with Shadow Spear, which is nice. The one card in hand for them is Yorion, but they're going to get to a stage where it doesn't really matter what they have in play, that Punishing Fire just gets rid of nearly everything. And Shadow Spear on boo, which will next turn be an 8/8 or a 9/9, is pretty sweet. All right. This is a no. We look at the top. We can't pay for anything, but we can definitely look. Another Minsk is kind of cool as well. I'm actually just going to put on... Put on top. All right. 1, 2. Equip. More. Attack. Okay, let's just return this to hand. I could play another boo and throw you 9 at the germ. I don't mind that just to get it off the field, honestly. We want to keep this one. Oh, no! Sorry, all good. They will get to reset. The Batterskull with Yorion, but I think at this stage we're just so far ahead. We've already played a land for turn, but we can play another bird, I think is... Actually, an Ignobled Hierarch is probably correct. And then let's go to discard. Let's discard Library, Land, Wasteland. All right, let's 6. Could just get Oof as well. That's very true. But we do have Karakas for Yorion. We do have double Punishing Fire for the Batterskull. We do have Boo coming down next turn. But they do have a... Wow, they're going for Timeless Dragon this turn. They do have a minute on us on the clock. Jidei's on it, that's fine. Alright. Yes. Library. Okay. Put this on top, and I will pay for this. Let's tick up on this. Honestly, I don't mind just trying to swords this. 2 mana. Thalia is fine. I could have put on Shadow Spear as well. Oh, yes, I will get Punishing Fire back. All right. Play a land. Play bird, 1, 2, 3. So now we have mana for Karakas, Punishing Fire, and Return Punishing Fire. Who do I think is favored? I think D&T have the better creatures in that a lot of them get 2-for-1s straight away on ETB. But I think that going long Punishing Fire is quite hard to deal with outside of something like Lion Sash. Probably just resetting Batterskull here. Equipping the Jidei to Yorion? Either way, I will just get rid of the Thalia here with Punishing Fire and get it back. I can also Endurance myself to put Outland Liberator back into the deck and then Green Suns for it, which is a really nice out. Oof. Long game. Three mana. Prelate, okay. That's an easy one to hit this. And then 6. So they named 2, but we do have Boo, which is pretty nice. Put on top, put on top. All right. So I think first and foremost, we want to attack for 7. This is on 2. Okay. We're at 20 as well. I don't really want to draw 7 cards, but I don't want to lose the boo either. Should have actually used that first. Apologies. Alright, let's just have a quick think. I think I actually have to use the Minsk to turn on Punishing Fire. Alright, we're down to 13 cards. Okay. Let's go Punishing Fire this. Punishing Fire this. Return a Punishing Fire. Did I? Yes. Punishing Fire this. And then we're just going to go discard, 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 discard. And then try to get there with... It's really tough with how this game has changed. We can get a big knight into play, but like for games 2 and games 3, like we have to win pretty quickly. I'm actually not going to use this just for time constraints. Knight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, they're the only cards left in the deck? That's pretty hilarious. Yeah, sadly, MTGO, you have to play the clock, and I'm more than happy with that. Like, that's just part of how the game is. But that is pretty funny. 1 endurance, 2 endurance. Huh. I mean, we had the Punishing Fire here as well to keep this off the board, but that's fine. We did discard Second Knight. Obviously not great, and something we should have kept, but obviously with time, it's just sometimes things like that happen. Where's Oof? Maybe I actually didn't Green Suns correctly last time. No, I did. Okay. I thought we still have 1 more endurance. Maybe not. Ah, 1 got exiled, that's why. All right. We have to be really cautious of all our clicks here. Because they're also going down on time. But it's... Oh, no. There we go. Okay. Phew. I thought for a second it lived. And I was like, how did that live? But we're good. We're good. Honestly... We're just passing back. We're not going to do anything. The trample also gets over a 4/4, which is good for us. Alright, if you want to Timeless Dragon at this stage, you can Timeless Dragon. We're at 65 life. Come on now. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, no! They went to 2? Really? I should have wasted on myself. Oh my gosh. Then yes, we do want to return. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Apologies, team. That is terrible. Oh no. This game. And then we need to deal them one more as well. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, I apologize. I think there were some pretty key decisions there that could have made that game a lot easier. Things like discarding the endurance and the second knight as well, huge. But here we are. Honestly, just looking at ways to try to win the game ASAP. $61. The Rens are kind of nice. It might just be the other endurance. It could just be this. Let's be honest. If my opponent is savvy with MTGO, they'll just play the clock. That was game 1. We're probably just keeping anything, to be fair. Okay, we'll keep this. It's actually a great hand. Let's see if we can actually play this out. I don't want to just like try to like 6 the whole time. Okay, that's quite good. Oh my gosh. No! Oh my gosh. What? TikTok, I know. TikTok on the clock. Right. Folding like laundry under pressure. I will attack. Should have played the ignobled first as well. That was pretty stupid, but here we are. Yeah, 20 seconds to go. I mean, we'll see. Yeah, 5 seconds. That would have been pretty cool. That would have been a pretty cool match. That is on me. There is no one to blame but myself. But hey, hope you enjoyed that. I could have lost it. I could have dropped the stops and stuff, but then I got to put them back on. All in all, not too worried about that. Yeah, playing out the Saga as well. Little things. I played out the Saga because I knew that I could deal with the Kaldra with the Haywire Might. But I think, in all honesty, maybe just taking them off the Karakas as a second white source instead of attacking with the Knight is better there. Very cool game one, yeah. Really enjoyed that. Alright, Riddle. Not the biggest fan. Like, it might be like a bit of a lol hand, but no. Oof. Well, we're going to 5. And this isn't a bad 5. Let's bottom the Realm and probably the Punishing Fire. I actually really like this hand as a 5. Savannah turns on pretty much everything, which is nice. No shuffle. Okay. Two things have to go right here. A, we have to keep the bird alive. B, if it doesn't happen, we have to draw another land next turn. Tundra Badlands. Interesting. Oh, Strix. Okay. Please no Snuff Out. Nice. Oh, and we draw the land. Okay. Okay. I was not at SCG Con, but Harry Hackett was, who came top 8. And also Mark. Shout out to Mark Strassman coming 12th. An asset. Yeah. It's pretty good. I will take out this Strix just because of the Saga token. 11th. Apologies. There we go. I'm pretty happy just to pass here. I could play the Ramanap to also play around like Days Undoing and just get more things on the board and get back a land, but see how this goes. Okay. Picked up a set of the new Lord of the Rings foil Wastelands for Depths lands. Nice. Very cool. We'll float a white, but I'm not going to use it. Interesting. Are they not using the Narset? Because Saga. I guess we'll see. Even if they have another Strix, we do have access to Shadow Spear to get over and kill the Narset. Fable's pretty sweet. I think here I actually rather just float mana, get the Ramanap into play. Dress Down's also a card to think about. Probably don't mind the Soul Guide here, even just to draw a card down the line. Okay. That's fine. Okay. I guess with this mana base, you can kind of understand why Leyline Binding would be in this deck. 1 mana instant removal is pretty good. We know they have Fable. I think it's just going to be Haywire Might. I don't even know if we probably actually just want to sack and use it on the Fable here. Them being out of loot is just so good. And they could even just, yeah, keep the Goblin back, or they probably have something else. This is going to be a tough one. I think he was going to hold up Soul Guide in their turn to draw a card. Yeah, I think in paper especially, Punishing Fire and Blast effects are very good. Also, Ren is kind of an I win button in a lot of cases, which is nice. Draw a card. Okay. Get Ignoble Hierarch because it can attack and it also gives us access to red mana. I can only assume they're running Days Undoing, but they might not be. I mean, Narset is just one of those cards that you often see doing pretty well. Look, I'm pretty happy with this. Like, I think we have a pretty high chance of drawing into a land for the Endurance. The issue now is that they have Reflections and Snapcaster. So we'll see if they try to use it pre-combat. Because then we can Endurance and get rid of all the targets for Snapcaster, which is pretty nice. Yeah, so we will allow this. And then the trigger. Now they target. Now we try to scam a little bit. Okay. Interesting. Swords, sure. The funny thing is, our opponent hasn't even cast Hull Breacher Days Undoing, and they already have 7 treasures. Alright, well, that's not too bad. Okay. But here's the tough part, because I feel like right now we have to sword the Snapcaster Mage in response to the copy. Because if we don't, then we might just die to lethal over 2 turns. But I guess there's a world where we get to go Endurance and then attack with Shadow Spear to get back in the game. See how this plays out. Is this Void card? I reckon it's the... Oh, maybe it's just... Okay, that's fair. Alright. Put up a fight for a 5. Not too unhappy there. The blasts are great. The carpets and the fiery justice. I could see the swords coming out in this sort of matchup. Punishing fires are great. Soul Guide has some merit. The Haywire Might has some merit. Knights are good. We didn't see Saga from them. And I think we have enough ways to deal with Fable. Could honestly see us going down in... The Minsk and Wrens are really nice. I could go down on a library, but we do have a lot of ways to like post-board, we have so many ways to turn off Narset or Hull Breacher that I think keeping the libraries is actually quite nice. Saga's a good, Wasteland's obviously very good. Punishing Fires go up to their Planeswalkers pretty well. It could just be some amount of creatures. Trample's not the worst, but life gain isn't either. Like if they're playing like a mentor sideboard plan. But maybe it just is the Shadow Spear, especially with the Fiery Justice. No green mana. It's pretty rough. Oh no, another 5. Yeah. Alright. I honestly think it's going to be one Saga and Taiga. Tough. Pretty happy to play out the Soul Guide here. There's no big... I guess holding up Punishing Fire gets rid of Baleful Strix, potentially. And I could just keep this to draw a card later on. Wonder what they're brainstorming for. Because a brainstorm here most likely means they're going to ponder the same turn to set up for the next turn. But they're just going to pass back. Yeah, it's interesting because they don't really know what they have to get ready for. I'll go for Taiga, play Savannah. Could have gone Taiga Grove so we could also hold up Punishing Fire return, but hopefully this is fine. They're getting basics, which is a little bit worrying. Like they have like Blood Moon or something. Or like Ruination. That's fine. Yeah, it's weird for them to go for like the basic mana base. Maybe they're worried about Wasteland, but then they're just stifling their own mana by going for basics. Pretty happy just to go wide with these. Can I not? Can I not use this straight away? Does Summoning Sick hit this ability? Non-creature. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Read your cards, people. I guess I could have played the Soul Guide Lantern as well. But I also don't want to run myself into like a meltdown. They only have one blue mana at the moment. So that is one thing to take into consideration. Okay, now they have a second. Meltdown for 1. Okay. Here I am happy to try to Ramanap back that Saga. Okay. Just going to exile this Meltdown right now. And then pass. We at least have a few engines here. We have Punishing Fire online. We have Saga online. We could Green Suns for Ramanap to put some things back into our deck if we really wanted to. A land next turn would actually be very good. Then we get to Punishing Fire the Goblin token and also hold up Saga. Not a land. But I don't mind it. Could have also tapped to not keep up the Grove, but I think that's fine. They have 4 cards. Do they discard any? Discard a Snap. Okay. Wandering Emperor. Okay. Another Fable. Ooh. That's a pretty nice draw. We know 1 card in hand is a Wandering. Alright. We will pay for these. And then... I will make a token here. Gotta try and get value any way I can. And then I actually don't mind fetching here and getting Dried Arbor. Fetching here for a... say a Plateau. Oh my gosh, no, of course, because this can't actually tap for green. That's all good. Yeah, that's on me. Force of Vigor is just a tough one because, like, they're already getting mass value off the Fable that, like, 2-for-1ing yourself to get rid of Fables just isn't great. I feel like there's other ways, especially Punishing Fire, like, taking out the Goblin and taking out the 2-2. Like, you've essentially allowed them to discard 2, draw 2. That I think that if you bring in Fable, you're probably taking out cards that are a little bit better in the match. pretty happy to block here. And make them use the Emperor. Mints could be kind of cool. Rem's not too bad. Two cards left. Blue Ultimate Blast, wow. Really tough one. Some pretty, key parts. The Forces, both games on the Ramen app. The Narsets, both games on the library. Were just really good ways of shutting down like our ability to gain some sort of resource. And then obviously 5s aren't great, especially in this sort of matchup where there's a lot of 2-for-1s from their side. Sort of Himda-Tureking yourself to start the game is never a great feeling. They keep back the Strix. Interesting. GG. Yeah. Tough. We can move on. Even some little things there, like just taking my time, not getting plateau, getting my mana online, going for Dried Arbor, untapping with a little bit more mana, would allow us to potentially, with 2 more mana, get back Punishing Fire again. Yeah. Deck's been sweet though. I'm really enjoying it. It's really nice to play Saga in this deck as well. Kind of as a different engine. And I wouldn't necessarily say that the mulligan decisions around mana have been based on Saga hands, which is nice. But yeah, Punishing Fire has been pretty good. I think as well, if you have a lot of control over graveyards and things like Soul Guide and Endurance, then cards like DRC being 3/3s shouldn't be too big of an issue. You also obviously have Souls Departures for them. Endurance itself, which is good. So I think if you can get your mana right, they should have a pretty good Delver matchup. Really just depends on you drawing the right side of the deck, which is kind of Maverick's downfall. Also, Saga just being a land that naturally goes to the yard is quite nice. Yeah, I would say if you were going to play against a lot of Maverick, you would play that 4-color deck. Seems quite well positioned. Even cards like Strix, like it's a blocker. It replaces itself on entry, so you don't really care if we deal with it. And if we do deal with it, we're probably putting ourselves down a card, unless it's something like Punishing Fire. But yes, Strix kind of decks are really good at just getting that value out of everything and keeping us from being able to clock too quickly. But yeah, my only other thought was Pyrite Spellbomb as a Saga target over, because we can't play Morlock online, instead of the Ignoble Hierarch, playing another removal spell like Morlock, which would be the Spellbomb, which could be found with Saga, which is kind of cool. Obviously, it also takes out like Mother of Runes, which would be kind of cool in game 1. Having some reach to deal with Planeswalkers, which is cool. You know, I don't believe until like Season 3 it'll be there, so in like 2 months, they said. 2-ish months? Yeah. In good time. In good time. Yeah, Morlock would be pretty cool to see. Obviously, the Orc, which I believe comes online tomorrow morning for me. There must be a patch update pretty soon. But yeah, Mono Red just getting those trophies. 30 in first place and 14 for second and third. Just pretty nuts. All right. The O2 bracket with a fine keep. Mana Acceleration's nice. Library to dig with some real threats. Bowmaster's already coded. Very cool. Prismatic Ending. Okay, probably some sort of blue-white control deck, so having the Sylvan Library here is really nice. Library into mana, into Minsk is pretty cool here. And Stoneforge is pretty good. We have a lot of outs off the top, though. Okay. Not what I need. The question is, do I need to actually just pay here to dig? And I think I nearly do. I probably want a Soul Guide just to draw a card. So if we go land, Soul Guide, hold up a mana, and then we can just play the Ignoble Hierarch. So I don't mind paying 4 here and going to 15. Do I want to even play the Grove? Probably not. Because now it's a race which isn't in our favor. So we really have to hope this library sticks something pretty good off the top. Haywire, Swords to Plowshares. Definitely a few things. Okay. I could try to just get the Minsk out. To like, if they have a Force of Will. But I don't think we have that luxury. So I think we'll start with the Haywire Might. Okay. Do I need to hit it right now? There's no real point not to. And then I will play a Caracas. And I will play out this Outland Liberator. Okay. We dealt with the main threat. What I would hate to see is like fetch Swords and Outland Liberator, untap natural Jit, equip attack. But that would take a few things to go wrong for us. No, Caracas from their side is quite nice as well. Sometimes you see this, you see Caracas in these sort of setups. Great choice in basics. They're actually the basics I use for paper blue-white control. Okay. I don't traditionally like to... Okay, they actually hit a staff. I'm pretty happy to hit that in response to the token, so they don't get to draw a card off it. I think that's good enough value. I think with this sort of matchup, we're not going to get to a stage where the Outland Liberator flips. Okay. So they have 3 cards. 1, 2, 3, return a land. Okay. Put on top. Go to 6. I don't mind going to 6, but what we can actually do is we don't have to. I was thinking of attacking for 2 with attacking for 4 with Boo, and then attacking for 2 with Exalted with Boo, and then throwing it at something. But then the mince goes down to 1, which dies to both of these. So I think I'm actually happy just putting this on top. The Ramanap doesn't really do a whole lot at the moment, so I'm happy to lose that. See some fresh cards. I think I also should have played the Grove earlier on. It does show it, which I think is fine, but it means that if I draw into Urza Saga, which is becoming more and more likely, I don't get to play both, or have both Saga and Grove in play if I also find a Punishing Fire, which I think is a real setback. Attack for 3. Okay. Probably just so I can't throw something. Minsk really nice there is just a fog as well, because we are at 11. So every point counts, especially when we have the library. We have a fetch, so we are at 10. We take 3, we go to 7. If we want to draw a card, we go to 3. So it means we have to answer something on the field. So a lot goes into that decision than just we want to deal with the Minsk. Teferi. That is going to be fine. If they try to bounce the Boo here, we can Caracas it to our hands. They don't draw a card, but they're going to play nicely around that. So now I'm pretty happy to go and get Dried Arbor, because then we have 2 threats that kill the Teferi, even if they have something at instant speed. Okay, put on top, but I will keep this. I'm happy to go to combat. They swords this. It's actually pretty good. Attack to fairy. Tick up. Play Ignoble Hierarch. Play a land. And now play Knight holding up swords and Caracas. I actually am going to take this moment while they're tapped out to Swords a token, which doesn't feel great, but it means that the Minsk won't die. Could have done it upkeep to player and force negation, but I'm just like allowing them to be tapped out so they can't like brainstorm into a force of will. In before Emperor Pump. Look, I love that card, so I will go down to an Emperor Pump. Okay. This might actually push them to use removal on the Ignoble Hierarch as well, but no. They're just going to attack with both at Minsk, and we're going to save it. Which, all in all, works out pretty well for us. They miss a land drop as well. That's huge. Punishing Fire? Now that would be sweet. No. But we do find a bird. Does that change anything? Look, it does keep the Minsk alive. So put this on top and then pay for the search. Tick up on this. They're also a little bit stifled right now on blue mana. Play bird. Play this. All right. But yeah, Wandering Emperor has to be one of the favorite, probably my most favorite Planeswalker printed. There's a lot of Planeswalkers to love, but I think Wandering Emperor is up there. Grist is also up there. Grist being Green Sunnable is probably neck and neck with Wandering Emperor. I just really like her design. Especially like being able to use her at instant speed. The turn she comes into play is really pretty cool. Kaya 3 CMC to all. Yeah, Kaya is pretty cool as well. Especially if you get multiple hits off it. That's always a really good feel. And winning off Kaya is also very nice. They chose to not shuffle. Okay. Attack with both. Honestly, I'm just going to block with the Dried Arbor, because we can get that back anyway with Ramanap down the line. Okay. Now we really have to find some removal, because this is probably finding Jitte or Batterskull. Probably Jitte. Batterskull, okay. Honestly, maybe Jitte isn't even in the main deck. Go for red. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. In that case, I want to play this to shuffle and then just pass. I think I'd rather have this as a blocker. I'll take that. That's fine. We're going to lose the Minsk anyway, so we might as well just not block. Go to end step. And we obviously want to shuffle. Probably just getting the other Savannah at this point. Preferred, I'd say Absdam, but if I was going for tournament wins, obviously this version is very good. Yikes. I will play this just in case they want to brainstorm. But, like, no Saga, no Punishing Fire has been pretty crucial. Okay. Thankfully, they're not putting that on a creature just yet. You know what I want? Gosh. We're just dead. We're just dead to the flyer. With Batterskull, pretty much. That's it. That's a massive yikes. Probably similar to last time. The blasts, the carpets, the fiery justice, soul guide, and a mana dork. Maybe even two and just keep in one sword. Collector Oof is pretty interesting, but probably don't mind two swords. Minsk, Ramanap, Endurance. Honestly, I could see Ramanap going out, but just because of Saga, I'm happy to keep it in. I think Bowmaster will be like probably 30 or 40 and then rise up towards that like 80 mark just because people want to obviously test with them and grab them. I'm just going to take out the swords. Yeah. I think like most cards like it have come out at like 40 and then gone from there. A one-lander is not where I want to be. Not great either, but we'll keep it in bottom of Wasteland. But yeah, it'll be a stupid price. That is the correct answer. Happy to go for Taiga. It turns on all colors. But yeah, I think if you have the tickets, it would be wrong not to buy them on release and just try to buy as many as you can, because they're only going to go up over the next definitely days, but over the coming weeks. Don't Containment Priest me. That would be brutal. Especially given my hand. I guess cards like that are a reason to keep in a card like Containment Priest. A card, yeah, Swords of Plowshares. A green source off the top is what we want. Great. Don't even have to use it here, which is nice. We don't currently have a white source, which is pretty interesting. Okay. I do have a few white cards in the deck. Correct. Okay. Well, honestly, I guess we just green suns for Knight of the Reliquary, because that gives us access to Saga next turn. And there's a little trick you can do as well by putting a stop on your draw step. Oh, did I tapped wrong as well. I tapped viciously wrong. Apologies. Oh, yeah. Yep. Like, can you imagine if we got to blast that and then they don't have the Cauldron? Yeah. Brutal. That's pretty cool, but then it just dies to the Cauldron. They have 4 cards in hand. Okay. We take this out. Play this. Ugh. Jittery, welcome. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying life. Opponent obviously reading this card, but doesn't really do a whole lot here. I think if anything, I'd like to mill and hit something good. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Yikes. Yikes. All right. I don't think that the league so far has been a good representation of the deck. I will say that. Yeah, luckily Ashes is on, which is nice. So after this hiding, I'll be able to go watch us, hopefully, hide England. Be good. Been doing so well. Been doing well so far. Pretty happy with the performances. Yeah, I think just a little bit unfortunate tonight with some of the draws. Like those mulligans against the 4-color deck were a pretty good showing of how the deck can be a little bit tough on mana, which you do get with punishing a fair bit, but yeah, it's all variance. That's what we love, so can't really complain too much. We did. You do sign up for it when you don't play a blue deck. But yeah, actually, I really enjoy it. I do enjoy the Saga version. The toolbox it has, the engine it has. It's a really nice addition to Maverick, especially for a deck that does have mana acceleration. So you do have a few ways to always make sure you get things out of it here. Some viewers from England. All right, let me see how we ban people from chat. Just kidding. No, I do love the banter between the English and the Aussies during Test cricket, especially Ashes. It's always really hard. Like, obviously, Australia are on top of the world right now with their performances, but it's very hard to go to Lords with the crowd they have and the support and put on a performance, because even if England isn't, well positioned, they're always going to do pretty well at home, which is frightening. It is pretty frightening, especially when I feel like Australia does get a little bit cocky when it comes to sport, especially cricket. So, yeah, see how that goes. Yeah, Steve Smith always puts up a pretty good act. All right, O3. Oh my gosh, this is just another kind of like yeah, one of those hands. But like, we could keep it, but no. Okay, actually a reasonable hand. Do we actually have Collector Oof? Oh, we don't have. Oh, it's in the board. That's why. Okay. Keep and bottom of Tega. This I'm happy about, which is nice. Here what we actually want to do is sorry, I want to take this off. So I think because they wastelanded and they know we accelerated with mana, they have another removal spell or another wasteland. So I actually don't mind going Saga here and then also green sunning for another mana dork, which might seem a little bit overkill on mana, but I really want to make sure we get some value off this Saga. And we can go for Ignobled here so that even if we just draw into more lands, we do have the ability to start beating down a little bit. But this just ensures that if they have one piece of removal for a creature, we can still Saga next turn for a dude. Or not! Or not! It's cool. It's cool. We're fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. We'll play the beatdowns. We'll play the beatdowns. Wasteland? Okay, that's not great, but... That is pretty funny. Let's admit. Okay. So I assume this is going to be a deck with like Flagstones of Trocaire. It could even be a deck that plays Dark Depths and like a Blood Moon or Magus of the Moon, and then you sacrifice you play a Blood Moon effect, you play your Dark Depths, it comes in with no counters, you then crack the Earth to make you sacrifice either the Blood Moon or the Magus of the Moon, and then you get your 20/20. So I assume that's what they're doing here. We'll just get a Taker. I actually think in Maverick, an expedition map in the 70 potentially as a Saga target would be very good, because you do have cards like Grove, Karakas, Wasteland, another Urza Saga, and it's also just an artifact to have in play to make other constructs bigger, which is nice. So yeah, I think you could play around with map potentially. I will pay for the Noble. Ooh, doesn't really change anything. I'm probably just going to get the, yeah, probably just float mana. And get Soul Guide. Take out the Wasteland. There's nothing great to Green Suns for 2. Like, potentially we could actually just go for Outland Liberator here. I don't mind that. And then if they don't want to play any spells for turn, then we could potentially hit like an Exploration or a Valakut Exploration. But I just love that we literally played into Tabernacle by thinking like, oh, they're trying to go after our mana. But no, they had Tabernacle. Which is great. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that is pretty fantastic. There is a hilarious game with Jeff Hoogland, who is playing Sneak and Show, and I believe he goes turn 1 Show and Tell, and he puts in Emrakul, and his opponent puts in Exploration, untaps, plays Wasteland's Jeff's Ancient Tomb, and then plays Tabernacle, which obviously leaves Hoogland with next to nothing. What if this is just a crop rotation? Okay. Maybe for Yavimaya, if they really want to get... no, another Wasteland. Okay. Doesn't do a whole lot. We still have 2 mana here. Alright. Happy to pay for both. Okay. The O3 bracket is happening. Yeah, I assume there's some sort of, obviously a lands deck, and some sort of brew with crack. Okay. Black. Interesting. What? What? Oh my gosh. Does my opponent have Bolt? No. Maybe Entomb? Could be Entomb. Nope. Maybe they clicked the wrong land? Entomb for Loam, potentially? If they have a green card in hand? Radiant Fountain. Okay. Okay. Again, happy to pay for both. It does keep the clock above normal. It goes from 4 turns to 3 turns, which is nice. Unless another fountain, yeah. That is true. Maybe Vesuva, I believe, would trigger it. Nice. Land. Okay. Okay. If anyone's actually interested in lands, definitely check out Ali Lindblom. Albert Lindblom, I believe, on MTGO. It could be Ali as well. You can find him on Twitter as well. Has some really good insights, does really well with the deck, plays a lot of Legacy prelims, uploads them with commentary. Ali on MTGO and Jarvis to you. Very true, Sahar. Alright. We really haven't seen a lot from this deck so far. I think I will bring in the ley lines. Most likely the Force of Vigors, but you never know. Caracas. Okay. Okay. Ley lines. Horses. Punishing fires. Maybe keep one sword? Really not too sure. That tabernacle will haunt me for days. But yeah, it's funny because I don't mind the mana base. Like, we obviously are running 26, so although there are a lot of colorless in 4 Saga, 4 Wastelands, you know, you're running 22, which is pretty normal without the Sagas, so yeah. Just a little bit of variance. You also do have, like, Renin the Realmbreaker to make your lands tap for any color, which is cool. I do really like this card. Probably should play around with it a little bit more. Oh wow, I didn't actually realize what the artwork was. And obviously, he is a Naga cleric digging up what looks to be a plant of some kind within the desert. You can see him clawing at the sands, and obviously, it's like he's playing lands from the graveyard. There we go. Yeah, Hierarchs, you know, like playing 6 dorks. So you do have 9 ways to turbo out turn 1 to break even, so yeah. I definitely wouldn't change anything. I think I'd play around with Expedition map maybe, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, we have 30 seconds. I have submitted. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, but I'll be back in a second. All right, we're back. We're going to keep this. We have pretty good mana. We have Wasteland. We have Endurance if needed. Let's go. Let's get on the board. All right. Okay. We did bring in the forces. Good. Wooded Foothills. Interesting. They're really going after a mana in the dark. Oh my gosh. They know. They just know. Cool. Cool. We're good. We're all good. We're all good. Oh, no green mana. But they Noxious Revivaled the Savannah to the top. Interesting. I could have Endurance that, but I'm pretty happy that I didn't. Okay. So don't play this. Okay. Probably just for tab. I really hope they don't get Ghost Quarter, because this is our only basic, but they don't know that. Having a good search. All right. So let's pay. Okay. Get those beatdowns going. I guess the Wooded Foothills still has some purpose in Crack the Earth. We can sacrifice it as a permanent of choice. If they play a Yavimaya in the deck, it also then taps for mana. If they Crack the Earth here, I'm happy to get rid of the Savannah. Raise. Wow. Okay, they want to sphere me. The old 2-for-1, but call the doctor, but not for them. Okay. We're having too much fun. Let's get back to this. I guess raise is cool if you have flagstones, because then you don't actually go down a card. I mean, if we draw into a wasteland as well, I play a Dusk Bowl, okay. We do get to pretty much take them off mana nearly, which is pretty cool. All right. Let's get in. Okay. That might even be worth just playing. I believe it will cost an additional 1. And I won't even attack, just holding up to use it just in case I want to. It also kind of forces them to cast a spell on their turn, or else the Liberator just starts dealing with their Pith Needles and Spheres without having to actually activate. They have a stage. Okay. But they can't crop into Dark Depths and go off this turn thanks to the Sphere. I feel like they have Loam, but they need to cast it with another mana here because of the Sphere. There we go. Oh, explore. Okay. Next turn, we're just tapping Forest and Taiga to pay for our 2 creatures. And then probably just getting in. Probably equipping the Shadow Spear to the Outland Liberator. I also have the option of just holding up Endurance, which I think is actually correct, rather than moving over the spear. It only gets in for 1 more damage, so yeah. I guess I can... Yeah, I'd have to play the Plateau and hold up the Ignoble Tyrarch because of the sphere. Okay. That's fine. So we get in for 3 with the Outland Liberator and then hopefully flip it as well. I'm probably doing something else, but just to fill some time, I think the Lands versus Maverick matchup is really interesting. Endurance is obviously very good, but Lands with their quick starts can be really tough to stay kind of par for par with Maverick. Especially the starts that either start with Tabernacle, Punishing Fire on your Mana Accelerant, or Wasteland or Port on your Mana. That's pretty cool. All right. We're getting in. They go to 10, and then I think we just splash in the Endurance next turn anyway, to attack for 6 or 7 with the Shadow Spear. Thanks, Rick. Anytime. Always, yeah. Let me know if you want to borrow a deck at any point. Again, more than happy to lend out. Come on, mate. Come on. Yeah, opponent not the firmest on time management. 10 minutes down on the clock. All right, here we go. Hopefully we can smash this one out and get on to the next game, and hopefully finish this off with a yeah, a more appropriate finish. There's the loam. Here's the Endurance. All right, let's pay for each of these. Okay, nice. There we go. We're on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the board, and we're going to go into this last one with all guns blazing. We've made some little errors. We're back. We're on the play, which is great. We have a fantastic hand. We don't, but it's all good. This is what mulligans are for. So here we go. This is good enough. Let's keep this. I'm going to bottom the Shadow Spear, just because Soul Guide can draw us a card if not relevant. We have Mana Acceleration. We're not looking too bad here. Okay. Probably mono black Helm. Swamp. Okay. No ritual start, which is quite nice. I will hide the Wasteland for now. Just play the Night Out. Pass. This makes me think they kept a Leyline Helm hand. No. Okay. Happy here to get rid of the Knight. And then one thing we want to do is set a stop here, because we draw a Grove. So here we do get rid of white, but what we get to do is sack this, go and get Saga, trigger, and now main phase 2 trigger, which is great. So now we can actually get a token online. And I'm going to do it right now so they can't edict in response. Take this draw step off. But that's a really nice way, especially with Crop Rotation, Elvish Reclaim, and other Reliquary. Knight and Crop more so than Elvish Reclaimer, because the land comes in tapped, of course. But it's a great way to speed up Saga a turn, to either get a dude straight away. Khan. Okay. Not too bad. We get to kill the Khan here? Helm, sure. Oh, we do have Haywire Might. Oh, we have Haywire Might. Oh, okay. So that means we want to... Honestly, I think we just create... No, because we probably want to use the Wasteland here. We don't have a land to sack to the Night anyway. Yeah, so actually we might just want to... They have 4 cards, one is Leyline. I'm probably okay with just going tap for mana. Haywire. Play Guide. Sure. Play Grove. There's another world where if we... No, we can't draw into a land that taps for both. We actually can't even activate these because of the Khan. So let's play a land, go to combat, attack Khan, attack them. And I'm actually happy to hit this now. And then Wasteland, so we get it for the Night. And probably just pass back here, withdrawing a card in end step to try to draw into a land that is a forest or plain to then get Minsk online. That's fine. Probably I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess yeah, I think I should have sacked the Soul Guide in response. because now I believe they get that ability. Tried Arbor. That is a land I can bottom. Honestly, I am just going to get rid of this now. For a Savannah. Swords this. And then attack for 2. Then next turn we have Minsk online, which is pretty cool. Alright. Feeling pretty good here. Well, there's a tomb. Sheoldred, okay. Not the worst, because we do have Karakas in the deck. But I'm probably okay with taking the 2 damage here. Because we get to go land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minsk and Boo. Tick this up. I now have the option of either wastelanding them or getting Karakas. I probably don't mind Wasteland here, and then I can just Karakas in upkeep. The only way I don't get that is if they have opposition agent, like land into hold up agent. So honestly, I'm pretty happy to get shielded off the board, just because then it attacks also into the... it's pretty 50-50. I think if anything, I just want to not care about this Sheoldred. Like, I don't really care about the gain life, draw life. We have the construct to block anyway. Yeah, I'm happy to go after their mana. Wow, they don't attack. See what we draw first. Endurance. Okay. Look, there's not much I can do here. Anyway, if they do have opposition agent. Okay. Karakas. I'm actually happy to allow that to go through. Yeah, attack for 5, draw 5. Okay, so the Force of Vigors are good. The Fiery Justice has some reach, which I don't mind. I don't mind taking out probably Endurance. And probably the Soul Guide Lantern. Interesting. Yeah, Oof doesn't seem too bad, especially if they're on like a Khan version. Gets me out of things like liquid metal coating, which is kind of cool. The sand is fine. Go there. Hey man, a huge thank you for the support. Very much appreciate it. This is Leyline Helm, correct. Hope you're doing well. A big shout out to the MinMax blog. In my opinion, some of the most thoughtful legacy content out there. Really, really strong. Yeah, strong player vibes from both Min and Max. and also host a lot of really good content. I believe one of the most recent was Fish Duggery's 4-color or 5-color Zenith tournament report / primer, and it's really good. And obviously you got your XJ Clouds, other guys, so yeah, definitely check out Minmax blog when you get a chance. Okay, I don't want to play this because I just drew it, so they don't know about it. But it does stop me from being able to Wasteland and Punishing Fire next turn, potentially. Okay. That makes me feel good. That doesn't make me feel too good. Okay. Oh. I'm going to tap like this, just because these two are easy to interact with for my opponent. The forest isn't, so we get to hold this up, which is quite good. It also kind of forces my opponent to do something. Oh, they only have the 2 lands? Okay. It flips. Play the Tiger. I'm just gonna get in with the Frenzy. There's a world where I want to activate and also activate. I'm pretty happy to get rid of the Dryad Arbor, because we can go and get something like Ramanap to get it back, if needed. And I do want to keep the mana open for Frenzied, so... Three mana nothing. That's really giving me vibes of Opposition Agent, which means that I probably... I think I'm happy not to make a dude anyway. Nice. Nice. Gotcha, kid. Probably just Spear here. Play a land. And just get these two going. As 2 different threats. I think the agent line there is a lot easier to understand from my side because they did nothing. Like, there's not many... Like, they've had so many cards in hand for a while. Not so many. They have 3 cards, now 4. But there's not many things you wouldn't do on your turn other than hold up Opposition Agent on our turn. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, okay. I think you can see what we do here, team. We attack with our construct and see if they block. They do block. So we lose the construct, but I think that's going to be fine. Because now we get to play the Grove. Return Punishing Fire. And go after this bad boy. Nice. Plague is fine on this board. Especially having the Punishing Fire in the bin as well. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I'm pretty happy just going for Punishing Fire here. All right, we get a flip. That's pretty sweet. Honestly, here, I think we go Ren, give this Vigilance, and then we have Sword online as well. Also holds up the Frenzy Trap. All right, well, we finished 2-3, which I'm not too unhappy with. We'll see. Deck was sweet, honestly. I think that tonight was just a good showing of variance, which I think can be very character building, and I think there's a lot of benefits to variance when it comes to the kind of the negative side of it. But yeah, honestly as well, a few misplays here and there, a few misplays that really added up. And that's me just rushing. And I think that's something that only time will fix. And me just being more aware of it and open about it is, yeah, not rushing plays. Thinking about them, talking through them, and not doing them as I talk through them, because usually I'll finish doing it before I finish explaining it and then realize that I'm talking myself into another line that was just better. But yeah, a huge congratulations to Harry and Mark for their finishes at SCG Baltimore. Obviously, two very fine Maverick players representing the archetype tremendously well, which is great to see. And yeah, I think this deck is really cool. I don't believe tonight's performance is a representation of how the deck performs, obviously, looking at their weekend results. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. I know some of those games are quite long, especially that Lands matchup was just a little bit too long for my liking in terms of kind of player back and forth, but hey, that is MTGO sometimes, and that can happen. Where to now? I'll be back on Thursday, probably playing something similar. We'll see how we go. I have a new league going up tonight on YouTube. You can also catch my latest content there as well. A little bit different, which goes into talking about Orcish Bowmasters and where I kind of see it in Legacy, which you can find here. If you're not already part of the YouTube community, you should definitely follow me on YouTube. If you like my content, you can of course follow me here as well for free. A big thank you to the new followers and subscribers tonight. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, a big thank you to you, the Legacy community, for supporting me, for watching me. I always appreciate it. I know I'm just like some player out there, but it means a lot. I really do appreciate it, and it's very cool to have, you know, the mins of the format in chat. So a big thank you. Big shout out to Sahar as well. I really enjoyed our time together while playing for Eternal Weekend, now renamed to the Green Suns Summit, which I'm putting together a list of hopeful contenders for the third wrap-up of that event, which should be pretty cool. Which, for those of you who are unaware of it, it's kind of a weekend of Legacy. 7 streams, 3 days, Friday night, Saturday and Sunday, morning, lunch, evening, with 7 different Legacy personalities, and typically 7 different decks that are tied loosely to Green Sun's decks. So we'll see how that goes. But hey, a huge thank you once again. I'm going to see who else is streaming and send you over there. A big thank you to those on YouTube who are also still watching. I really appreciate you guys. And of course, my patrons. We'll go with them because, yeah, they support all the content, which is fantastic. From a monetary standpoint, I definitely appreciate it. And it goes a long way. So Northern Angels, all the best. I'm going to send you all over to Gabe, who I believe might be streaming some Modern. But until then, enjoy, and I'll catch you hopefully on Thursday. All right. Cheers.